Lightify is a startup social enterprise. We are targeting primary school children, 4 to 11-year-olds, in the most deprived neighborhoods of London. According to World Health Organization, overweight and obese children are likely to stay obese into adulthood and more likely to develop non-communicable diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular diseases at a younger age. Therefore, tackling overweight and obesity at an early age should be given high priority in order to prevent further complications in the future. Furthermore, according to National Obesity Observatory, prevalence of obesity in children is closely related to deprivation. In Figure 1, we see an almost linear relationship between prevalence of obesity and deprivation among children in Year 6. We see that the prevalence of obesity in children living in most deprived areas is alarming and requires urgent intervention. Hackney and Newham are two of the top 1% most deprived boroughs in England, and as a startup social enterprise, we will restrict our initial target with these two boroughs that are in a relatively more critical state, with the aim of expanding in the future as we achieve successful results. According to 2014 data, in Hackney, 26.1% of children in Year 6 were obese. For Newham, 25.1% of children in Year 6 were obese. Our target group children are highly dependent upon their families when making their food choices. Therefore, our challenge is to change the behavior of the family as a whole. We want to promote these families to cook from scratch on a regular basis so that the children will be protected from the detrimental effects of consuming large amounts of fast food and microwave meals, which are high in sugar, salt, and saturated fats. A survey of primary school children in the UK found almost half of 6 to 8-year-olds are fed fast food and microwave meals at least once a week. We can assume this number to be higher in deprived families, since these parents, carers, are constantly pressured by their tight budgets and need to work long hours to provide for their families. They would prefer cheap and quick options over healthier ones. Furthermore, according to a study by Kantar World Panel, low-income families with younger children on tight food budgets were most likely to buy food on cheap special offer promotions. Yet, roughly a third of all sugar and saturated fat purchased by UK consumers was sold through these offers. These two studies provide evidence to a growing trend of consuming unhealthy takeaway or microwave meals regularly, especially among the most deprived. This is one of the causes of weight gain and an increased risk of obesity. Our intervention is highly linked to parental education group of obesity interventions given in the McKinsey report, which is described as empowering and educating parents to promote a healthier lifestyle for their children through regular parental guidance sessions. Parental education is ranked as the 5th among all intervention groups in terms of estimated impact across all population. Parental education is not the best in terms of economic value, but by changing the way future generations think about food and exercise, it offers much potential that can't be captured now, but will be very significant in the future.
To inspire long-term change in the eating habits of children is a complex task. To encourage kids to eat more healthy from scratch meals requires a structured process as well as a long-term support plan to avoid relapsing. We looked at research by Dr. B.J. Fogg, a prominent Stanford-based behavioral scientist who has spent his career researching how one can influence long-term behavior change. His behavior grid outlines different types of behavior. To encourage ongoing healthy eating is a lengthy process which can be described as path behavior. This involves a permanent change, something that is habitually performed from now on. Our aim is to increase how often families on lower incomes, specifically the parents, are preparing healthy meals from scratch using fresh produce. Simultaneously, we hope this will reduce children's dependency on ready meals, fast foods, and processed foods. But how can we achieve this? Fogg's work suggests that the most effective way to inspire long-term behavior change is to start with small, easy-to-do tasks which require little motivation. By taking small steps, we hope that families in deprived areas will celebrate their small successes, remain motivated, and continue along the purple and grey paths to healthier living. To build upon Fogg's work, we took inspiration from an NHS behavioural change initiative called Couch to 5K. The scheme was designed to take complete beginners to running and get them off the couch and improve their fitness through small baby steps over a 9-week period. The Couch to 5K scheme has proved very successful, and on the NHS website we can see that 87.5% of reviews are 5-star. The feedback has been resoundingly positive, with some participants saying, "It is achievable, just repeat a few days if you need," and another one saying, "I was panicking as it was a big jump. Following the plan to the letter has built me up gradually and improved my well-being. I've loved it and gained a great deal of satisfaction from my achievements." But how can we motivate? Research into the success of the Change for Life campaign showed that some parents felt slightly insulted by the government's intervention, suggesting that perhaps the parents weren't necessarily looking after their children's best needs. Rather than focusing purely on the negatives associated with unhealthy living, we intend to focus a lot more upon the rewards of living a healthy lifestyle and advocate just how easy it really can be to live healthily. Here at Lightify, we have developed an 8-week healthier living program designed to gradually change the eating habits of parents and children in deprived areas. Week 1, we suggest that parents buy 4 different fresh produce items each time they shop. Week 2 sees parents substituting fruit for sugary, fatty snacks such as chocolate and crisps. Week 3, we suggest substituting sugary breakfast cereal for healthy alternatives such as porridge or banana and honey on toast. Week 4 sees parents packing healthier school lunches for their children 3 times a week. Week 5, we suggest preparing an evening meal for the family from scratch twice a week. Week 6 sees us preparing an evening meal from scratch 3 times a week. And Week 7 sees parents preparing an evening meal from scratch 4 times a week. And finally, Week 5, we suggest that parents aim to try and prepare a healthy from scratch meal 5 times a week. The 8-week program is designed to change the habitual behaviour of families and children. We also have, however, designed a social networking site to encourage long-term commitment to these families' lifestyle changes. We identified an issue with schemes such as the Couch to 5K. Many individuals that complete these sorts of schemes later go on to relapse. By introducing the motivational social networking tool, families will have access to the resources designed to keep them on track even after they've completed our 8-week program, thus reducing the likelihood of them reverting back to less healthier eating. So how are we different to our competitors? We like to think we are offering a complete behavioural change process. First, we intend to educate, not just scare these parents. Using our health advice and our forum, we intend to show the pros of living a healthy lifestyle and the cons of unhealthy living and saturated fats. Secondly, we wish to facilitate, making it easy for families to live a healthy lifestyle and prepare more meals from scratch. We can do this through our healthy budget recipes and our food finder, which locates the nearest healthy food suppliers and shows where one can purchase cheaper ingredients. Thirdly, we intend to motivate these families and parents through our social network aspect, our support forum, our friendly encouragement by seeing what their friends are up to, the daily challenges on the social forum. And the main way we differ from our competitors is that our competitors don't necessarily offer a structured habitual change process. They often have the resources but not necessarily the guidance. They give access to the knowledge but don't have the long-term support aspects, as they don't focus on the long-term support aspects as much.
When we say that we want to target deprived families using an online platform, some people may say that they might not have access to the internet. But according to Office of National Statistics, 43.5 million adults, which is 86% of the whole number of adults in UK, had used the internet last year. In London, 90% of adults had used the internet. So our platform is likely to be viable for the most people that we are targeting. Now I will explain what our platform does using our prototype. The first thing that our platform does is informing or educating. Paper in the journal of BMJ Open says that being overweight and obese have become so common that people started to underestimate it. So it is important to let them know the danger of it so they could react properly. Posting such articles as correlation between obesity and cancer or a correlation between obesity and heart diseases will help people to understand the potential consequences of obesity and try to change their lifestyle. In the second page, we provide different groups where users can gather useful information about healthy lifestyle if they follow these groups. For example, in cycling group, they can gather information about good routes for cycling with children, and also it is possible to participate in different events organized by groups. For example, football tournament for children and etc. In the next page, we post different healthy food recipes. And to encourage users to actually cook healthy food, we use today's challenges format. If a user accomplishes 10 challenges, we reward them with a cinema ticket or different vouchers. In the next page, we facilitated a map that shows healthy food restaurants or supermarkets nearby. Blue point in the map shows the current location. Black sticks show nearby restaurants. Green points show nearby supermarkets. And if a user clicks one of the places that he is interested in, it links to the another page where he can see the list of menus available with short nutritional information, like the amount of calories, salt, and fat. In the feedback page, users can post photos, news, and different stuff related with the healthy lifestyle and share it with their friends. This is a very effective way of encouraging people to have healthy lifestyle. According to the study done by researchers at the Imperial College London, found that BMI decreased by 0.64 in people who used social networking services to reduce the obesity condition. In the forum page, users can post different questions and other users can answer to them. And we also plan to hire experts to make them answer to the questions and make more useful.
When we look at our target group, we can see that children in the borough of Hackney have higher than average levels of obesity. 24% of children in year 6 and 14% of children in reception year are at risk of obesity. From two charts, you can observe that in both categories, children aged 4 to 5 years old and children aged 10 to 11 years old in 2013, Newham and Hackney have the highest rates of both obese and overweight children. Thus, these two areas share a big slice of the pie for the cost of childhood obesity in London. Therefore, any positive outcome of our action will have a great impact both economically and socially. We were expecting a viral impact as Framingham Heart Study, a long-term cardiovascular study in the town of Framingham, Massachusetts, found that the chance of a person becoming obese rose by 57% if he or she had a friend who became obese. We are also aware that in economical terms, if our action results in positive outcomes, we will not only reduce the cost of childhood obesity, but on the side we will also save money, which would be the cost of all the other types of illnesses that obesity contributes to, such as diabetes, cancer and heart diseases. In London, the direct treatment cost of adult obesity, which could be considered as a proxy for the likely future cost of childhood obesity, are estimated to cost around £265.2 million a year. In the table you can see the eating healthy proportions of London and its boroughs, and you can see that Newham has a very low estimated prevalence of adults who eat healthily, which is 31.60% in comparison to London's level, which is 36.40, so it's below London average. From the data we came up with the following graph, where you can see that eating healthy levels of Newham is the starting point, 31.6, and obesity level is 25.3 in the borough, and London has 36.4 eating healthy proportion, and the obesity level is 20.7. So that our initial step will be to reduce Newham's obesity level to the London average. This will be by promoting eating healthy to increase its levels to London average again, which is 36.4 from 31.6. From the data I have previously revealed that we know that the cost of obesity is estimated to be 265.2 million a year. Firstly, we're aiming to get Newham obesity levels down to London average, and following we'll explain the impact if we do achieve our first goal. We also found that the cost of treating obesity for per person is estimated to be £184 per obese adult per year. York and Hampshire Public Health Observatory reported in 2013 and estimated there are currently over 29,000 people recorded as obese. This is equivalent to 5.336 million in Newham. So this following graph, we can see that the cost of obesity in Newham is 5.336 million, which is at their current obesity level, which is 25.30. And if we achieve our goal to reduce it down to London average, which is 20.7%, it will decrease the cost to 4.366 million. So you can see that we will initially save 970,000, which can be reinvested into increased intensity of such campaigns and expand it out to other boroughs of London, and in the long term we're hoping to both reduce the general obesity level in London and also decrease the cost of it to London's economy.